Welcome back to Inspiring the Power of You. Thanks for joining me. I hope you are all good. I'm going to talk about today 5 things that mean you could be out of alignment with your true self and your own true connection. And the reason I picked this topic is because I felt that way in the last few weeks. And even though I've been a student of the Course in Miracles like for 10 years, even though I can tap into the source of energy, even though I've done years and years, over 20 years of learning about self-love, self-improvement, energy, and spirituality, I still have times and days and weeks where I can feel completely off and totally off track in and not using the things I know. And just so anybody does know, everybody I think should have a spiritual practice, but whether you do or you don't, you are human. And no matter what you learn, every time in your life, you're going to come up against different challenges, different things that never happened to you before. And you have to learn how to deal with them. And sometimes when that happens, we completely forget about our practice, or we forget about the things that help us through it. We're going to have to go through them anyway. But when we have a higher power with us in some way, we don't suffer as much, because we are tapped into something that's helping us and supporting us to get through whatever the challenge is. So today I'm going to talk about 5 things that if you're feeling right now, especially at this time of year, because this time of year can bring up so many emotions, especially if you've lost somebody. And maybe you have broken up in a relationship again. It's this time of year. It's like everybody's happy, everybody's in couples, everybody's doing this, and you're like, what about me? You could just be looking at your whole year and you're at the end of a year and it's nearly like the end of your life because what you wanted to happen didn't happen. So all of that can be coming up now, which can naturally knock you out of alignment with your true inner connection and self. So I thought I'll talk about 5 things today that you might be feeling. Maybe you're feeling all of them, maybe you're only feeling 1 or 2. But the whole point of the video is that if you are feeling this way, it is to recognize it. If you've hit on this video, you were meant to hear this message today. And if any of them are resonating with you, then you then can tap in and listen and know that that's what's going on and let it go. So let's begin with number 1. Number 1 is if we're out of alignment, we start to try and control situations. I am a typical person or empath that does these situations, normally because when I am out of sorts, the need to control an outcome with somebody I care about becomes very heightened. And sometimes I don't recognize that I'm doing it. And all of it's coming from a good place, but not always is it welcome. And when I go through this situation, more times than not, I get hurt in it, one, but nobody really tells me what I'm doing. I have to kind of figure it out myself. And when I notice that I am doing that, trying to control an outcome of a situation, I have to check back in with myself and remind myself. So if you're doing that right now regarding something in your life, remember to check in and remember this. 1, we cannot control anything that's out of us. The only thing we can control is ourselves. And number 2 is we cannot control anybody. Everybody is here for their own journey, to make their own mistakes, to do what they're doing. And we have to, when we notice that we're doing a controlling thing, we need to step back and let be and trust the outcome will be the best for whoever, and their lesson is getting taught in it. Number 2 is we tend not to trust our intuition when we're out of alignment. As empaths or sensitive souls, or even spiritual seekers, because if you do, I think everybody should have a spiritual practice. But just because you have a spiritual practice does not mean you won't fall out of alignment. What it means is, as empaths, sensitive souls, spiritual seekers, we are still human. Things are heightened for spiritual people when they do the work. Naturally, it's heightened for empaths. So when we're out of alignment, we tend not to listen to our intuition, and our intuition is something that has helped us through so much in our life. That out of alignment, we get all different kind of feelings because we're not listening to it. If you feel like that's you at the moment, where you feel like you're not trusting yourself enough, know that you're out of alignment. Check back in with yourself. Whatever it is that you want to trust is the right outcome, remind yourself of that. Let it sit with you, let the feeling be there, and the answer will come for you to trust your intuition, your inner guidance. Number 3 is when we're out of alignment, we can believe we are alone. And even if for a period of time you were physically alone, or you feel that you're alone, it's to remember that you're never alone. Now, I've been a student of the Course in Miracles for like 10 years, and over 20 years have I been studying self-love, self-improvement, energy healing, learning how to your intuition, relationships, all of these things, and then obviously having my spiritual practice. And even still, I have days where I can forget this higher power that's with us and feel completely alone. So it's another thing where I always know I'm out of alignment and I'm not connecting to that higher self when I feel like I'm alone. Because in all honesty and all truthfulness, we are never alone. We always have a guide or a source with us that if we feel alone, we can sit in a place and we can be there and we can sense the comfort and we can allow it back in. So if you're feeling alone right now, remember you're not alone. I'm here for you. I'm making this video for you and I'm thinking about you. But remember to tap in to the higher source that's there, which will help you then feel comfort and not feel alone. Number 4, when we're out of alignment, we worry about the future. The future. We worry about it. If you find yourself going into absolute turmoil in your head about the future, about what's going to happen, how am I going to do this? Is anything going to work for me? Will I ever find love? Will this happen? I'm worrying about this person. I'm worrying about this. I'm worrying about everything. If you are in that state, then know that, 1, you are out of alignment. Because the thing about the future is we do not know what will happen in the future. We have, again, no control over what happens. The only thing we can control is what happens within ourselves. But things in the future, we could never write it. We can't say this is what's going to happen. Things will happen in your life that why are you worrying about it? Because 1, you don't know it's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. And more times than not, when we worry about things, we waste so much energy worrying about the future. And most times none of it happens. And if it does happen, it's probably not as bad as we thought it was going to be. And in even that, you have to remember, if you look at the past, and when you were in the past and the future you worried about, maybe some things did happen, but you got through it. So if you are in a state at the moment and you're worrying about the future, maybe because of this time of year, you're worrying about the new year, what's it going to be like, just stop. Stop worrying about it and trust that What's meant to happen will happen. Whatever bad happens, you will be supported and you will get through it. And to know, just to remind yourself to stay in the moment, in the present day, because it's true what they say, your power is in the moment. If you are running ahead, you're losing your authentic self, you're losing your connection. And I know it can be, it's a tough one, it's hard. But when you do feel like you're worrying and running ahead to the future, just remember your power is in the moment. Number 5 is when we're out of alignment, we have to check in and know that we are more up here than we are in here. And when we're more up here, that's where the alignment, we just go out of alignment. That's what happens. So again, if you're too much in your mind, you will know, because you're listening too much to all these negative thoughts that are going on, and you're not in your heart. And when you're not in your heart, you're again not trusting what life is like. Life isn't happening to you, it's showing up for you. If you know something's happening and you kind of listen to yourself and you check in and you come out of here and you go into here, then you will come back into alignment. I do hope those 5 things, if they did resonate with you, that if any of the 5 resonated with you and you feel that's what's happened to me, listen to what I said, rewatch the video, go back to that one thing and just check in with yourself and know that is because you're out of alignment, and pull yourself in and say to yourself, I choose peace instead of this. Thank you for listening, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Click the subscribe button, and I will see you next week.